What's up, YouTube? I hope all is well with you because things are good with me. It's been a while since I've made my last video. I've moved to a different apartment. I have not been exercising as much. And apparently there's a new season of The Biggest Loser just around the corner. For the past few months, I've been very discouraged when it came to my weight loss journey because I literally have been doing nothing. And so what I've decided to do is go ahead and do commentary on The Biggest Loser, again like I did at the beginning of the year. And then afterwards, I want to make sure that I follow through this time and do every single episode each week and use that as an encourager to kickstart my healthy lifestyle. So, we're going to start off these reviews by having a first look at the contestants that will be on season 15 of The Biggest Loser. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the contestants. We are going to talk about my first impression of them, how far I think they're going to get into the competition, and last but not least, how I think they're going to look in the finale. Last season when I did this video, unfortunately, most of my predictions were way off. Like, for example, I said that I was getting no reading from Danny, and the reason why I wasn't getting no reading from Danny because she's like, yeah, I'm blocking you with all this winning spirit. Hey now. There was one prediction that I did get right. I said that Jeff was going to hook up with someone in the ranch, and he did. So, without further ado and me rambling, let's go ahead and get started. First up is Marie. Now, Marie, my first impression of Marie is that she probably is going to be a little tiny bit annoying. I know that sounds terrible, but that's just a vibe that I'm getting from her. I think the reason why I get that vibe from her is because she talks about the fact that the first contestant up is Marie. Now, the reason why Marie wants to lose weight is because she would like to have a baby. That's her main reason. And of course, she wants to look good and all that jazz. My first impression of Marie is that she's going to be a little bit annoying. That sounds so terrible, but that's what I am feeling in my spirit. She is going to get on some people's nerves, and I will explain a little bit, and I'll explain why I feel that way in just a moment. But I think she's going to be definitely one of the kind-hearted players of the team. As for how far she's gonna get, I don't think she's gonna get too far. She probably will make it to like week 3 at the most, but at the finale, she's going to look amazing because she doesn't have too much weight to lose. And you can already tell by her bone structure that she's going to look kind of sort of fabulous. I find it so funny that she said for one of the first things she's going to do once she has lost the weight is get into bed with her husband. Marie, honey, lady, we didn't need to know that. And that's probably the reason why I find her annoying. Okay, my first impression of Marie is that she's going to be a little bit annoying and a little bit of a too much information kind of chick. Now, the reason why I got that impression of her is because, well, she talked about what she wants to do as soon as she lost all the weight. She said when she gets home, she wants to have lots and lots of sex with her husband. Marie, I did not need to know that. And I think it's cute. That's fabulous that she wants to do that, and I hope that she has the baby that she so desperately wants. So basically, the reason why Marie wants to lose weight is because she wants to have a baby. Now, this is definitely something that touches my heart, and I hope that she loses the weight so she can have that baby. However, my first impression of Marie is that she's probably a too much information kind of chick. Now, I got this impression about her because in her video, she said as soon as she loses all the weight, she's going to go home to have sex with her husband. Marie, honey, no ma'am, I didn't need to know that. I see her making it to week 3-ish. However, the good news that I have for Marie is that I feel that when she gets to the end, she is going to look so pretty. When it comes to her finale look, I think that she is going to look fabulous because she has the bone structure. She doesn't have that much weight to lose. And so I think that she's going to be really pretty in the finale. And they're probably going to throw a big old tan on her pale skin, which I hope they don't do. But I see them doing it. She's going to look good, except for that tan that they're going to give her. Up next is Tanya. Now, Tanya wants to lose weight because she wants to be a better parent to her daughter, who was 11 pounds at birth. I've got one word for you, girl. Ouch. I will say that she is not the only one. I finally became an aunt this January, and my nephew was 10 pounds and 10 ounces when he came out. And my sister-in-law, she's not even overweight. So it can happen to anybody, I guess. But she wants to make sure that her child has a better future, which is something that's commendable. My first impression of Tanya is that she does not stand for any kind of BS, and she is kind of impatient. The reason why I think that is because she was doing her interview with Marie, and when Marie was talking, she was just kind of looking all over the place like, girl, when are you gonna be done? I know that if I knew her in real life, she probably couldn't tolerate me because I'd be that annoying one. I'll be her Marie. When it comes to her and her place in the competition, I don't see her going further than maybe the middle, only because African American women have a track record of not getting that far. By the way, did you guys know that there's never been an African American woman in the top 3? I hope that changes this year. As for her look at the end of the finale, I think she's going to do a really good job. She's going to be really pretty. They're going to put her in that tight Hermes dress. However, she's going to have a big head. It's just the way it's going to be. That's just her genetics. Her head is not going to fit her body, but she still is going to enjoy her slinky nude figure, and she's going to slide down that slide with her daughter like she wants. So with that being said, good luck, Miss Tanya. Next up is Tumi. Now, Tumi is 41 years old, and when she said her age, I was kind of like, what? She does not look 41 years old. That goes to show you that black don't crack. She wants to lose weight so that she can fit into an engagement ring so she can finally get married and have the family that she's always wanted. And I think Tumi, I'll say she looks like she's cool. She looks like she'll have a good time on the ranch. The only thing is, I feel like I just see Bob just harping on her for not pulling her weight and doing what she needs to do in a gym. I just see that for some reason. It's a vision of mine. But when it comes to how far she's going to get into the competition, I think that she will probably, I guess, get halfway there. Maybe halfway. Yeah. And then when it comes to her finale reveal, I think she's going to be definitely looking slamming because she already looks good for someone who's 41 and overweight. Like, she looks good. So once she gets that health kick, she's going to look amazing, and I'm excited to see how she turns out. Next up is Rachel. Rachel is kind of giving me like a Danny vibe. She never goes into specifically like a really big reason why she wants to lose weight. She does the trite little answers like, I want to fit into my clothes, I want to make friends, I want to be able to step out and not hide my body anymore. Apparently earlier in life she was a swimmer and she slowly gained weight over the years. So now she's overweight on The Biggest Loser. I think she's going to get pretty far into the competition. She's at that weight in which she can lose it very fast for the finale to get into that nice little athletic figure. So I think she'd probably make it pretty far, probably to the top 5 or up. When it comes to her finale reveal, I think it's going to be like a Danny. She's going to look very, very good. They're going to have her in that tight little dress, and she's going to be so excited because after this whole little thing is over, she is going to be hot to trot, and she's going to be in the clubs every single night, dipping and doing it and getting all the men. And I'm excited for her because it seems like she's ready to start living. And so the fact that she's so young, it's good that she got into the show at such a young age because she's going to get that opportunity to do that. And yeah, good luck. Up next is Matt. Now with Matt, ironically, he's given me the same type of vibe of Matt from season 2. I feel like he's going to lose all the weight and he's going to do a fantastic job. However, after the show, I don't think that he's going to keep the weight off. I don't know why I get that from him, but I do. I think it's because he was talking about the diets that he's done in the past and talking about how like the show is the solution to his issues. But when you look at the people that have been on the show before, a lot of them gained the weight back. So the fact that he feels like it's like the solution for him, I don't know, it just made me feel like he is going to do a fantastic job while he's here. But when he goes home, that weight is going to get back soon. Hopefully I am wrong on what I'm saying, but that's just the vibe I get. I think that he's going to get pretty far into the competition. He looks like he'll be a very strong paid player and he's prepared to do whatever it takes. And he is trying to lose weight so that he can be the best person he can be for his fiance, which I think is amazing. When he in the finale, I think he's going to be looking great, like I said before. And yeah, I think that he's going to definitely go far in this competition. That's just my opinion. Next person up is Jennifer. Now Jennifer, just like Tumi, she is a good-looking 42-year-old lady. I thought that she was in like her late 20s until she said that she was 42. Girl, you better get it. With Jennifer, I think that my first impression of her is that she's definitely a go-getter, someone that is about her business. I feel this way because she does have a family, and if you have a family, mothers, they don't play. They are about their business. So I think she's definitely going to be about her business when she's on this ranch. I think that she's going to make it pretty far also. Maybe she'll get to like top 6, top 3, who knows. And then when it comes to her big reveal at the finale, she's going to be a knockout. She is definitely going to be like a MILF kind of lady. Like I said before with Tumi, she looks good for a 42-year-old overweight lady. So once she's healthy, she's going to be looking amazing. Next up is Hap. Now Hap is a very handsome looking kind of guy, and he's also over 400 pounds. He wants to lose weight so that he can be there for his 2 or 3 children already, and he has 1 on the way, which I guess at the time of taping the interview, the mother was going to be due in the next 10 days. So I'm pretty sure that's going to play a big part in the Biggest Loser season. I think that he probably is going to go home soon because he's going to be crying because he wants to see his baby and all that junk. And he's going to go home. Now, my first impression of him is that he is very happy-go-lucky, an easygoing kind of guy. I'm not sure if he's going to excel in this type of competition environment because he looks like he's more of a type B personality as opposed to a type A. And so with the type A, I think they would try to pounce on him. But I feel like when it comes to the reveal, he's going to be looking very handsome and very delicious, and his wife is a very lucky lady. Up next is Holly. Now with Holly, when she did her interview, I found it hilarious because everybody has their weight on their shirt and everyone's talking about, oh, this number represents disappointment and fear and junk food and the limitations of my life. And Holly, she was just kind of like, well, I'm used to seeing this number because I weigh myself almost every single day for my profession. I was like, oh wow. And the other thing that kind of like threw me off is that she said that she was doing The Biggest Loser for her fans. And I remember thinking, what fans does she have? And then I Googled her. Yeah, she's kind of a badass. And I saw that she had a Wikipedia page, which makes you kind of a big deal. And on her Wikipedia page, I find out that she did go to the 2012 Olympics. And then when she was in high school, she was the kicker for the football team, which is kind of sort of amazing. I like how nonchalant she is, and I think she's going to make for some good TV because she is going to annoy the hell out of Jillian, out of Bob, and out of Dove. Well, maybe not Dove. I think maybe Dove can get to her because she is going to not be able to resist that beautiful chocolate man. I think with Holly, it's either she's going to go home very in the middle or she's going to make it to the top 3. I say that she will go home in the middle because she has training experience, and I feel that she will excel athletically. But I feel that her attitude may hinder her, and you can tell that she's very confident, and I think other people around her will look at that as a threat and try to take her down. Well, in other words, I'm just thinking that she is going to make for some excellent TV. When it comes to her reveal, I think that she is probably going to get down to 250 pounds. And I think she's going to stay there because she kept on saying that she wants to go to the 2016 Olympics. And she needs to maintain a certain amount of weight in order to get there because she is heavy weightlifting. I don't think she wants to be skinny. Not yet anyway. I think she wants to be healthy. Up next is David. Now I feel that David is going to get far into the competition because David has a beard. I just feel like the bearded men, for some reason, they get far, so. But in all seriousness, when it comes to David, my first impression of him is that I really like him. I think that he's going to do a fabulous job on the season. And I love his story. Well, I don't love his story. His story breaks my heart. He lost his wife at an early age to cancer. And they have 2 daughters from the marriage. And so he wants to be able to be healthy enough to take care of the daughters. On top of that, he found out that he has type 2 diabetes, so of course he wants to kick that diabetes diagnosis in the butt. And I just think he's going to do a really, really good job. Something tells me he's going to make the top 3. And I think that when it comes to the finale, they're going to shave his beard and he's going to look 10 times younger. On a side note, I love that his kids had a list of things that they want to do with him as soon as they lose the weight. First it was like skydive, then mountain climb, then go on a hot air balloon. And I just think it's very, very cute that they were like, okay, you're gonna lose this weight? Okay, after you get back, this is what you're gonna do with me. So I'm excited to see his transformation. I think it's going to be definitely fun, especially when it comes to that time when he goes back home and he does all the stuff that he said he was going to do with his kids. Next up is Fernanda. Now, my first impression of Fernanda is that she is definitely very, very pretty. She's a pretty, pretty lady. And she reminds me of Francelina from season 14. I don't know why I get that vibe, but I get it. I think that with her, she is going to probably make, I don't know, I think that she's going to be probably the one of the first two eliminated. I just get that vibe from her because I don't know why, I just do. But I think that she's going to be a lot of fun on the show. I do think that she is going to struggle with the exercise and she's going to be the first one crying. I hate it when I have these types of impressions of people, but that's what I have, and I hope that she proves me wrong because that's not a nice impression to have of a lady. I think that in the finale, she's going to be looking drop dead gorgeous because once again, she's a pretty girl. Well, basically all of the people they have picked for the season are very, very pretty. So, I mean, the finale is going to be definitely aesthetically pleasing. But with her, I think that she's going to be nice and snatched and she's going to look good and she's going to be a beautiful wife for her handsome husband. Up next is Craig. Craig did his interview in a cowboy hat. So clearly Craig is the cowboy and, you know, he does the fishing and the hunting and he rides the horses. And I like that personality only because it's that jolly, like, yay personality, and he probably is going to bring the comic relief. I personally am glad that he's on the show because his type of persona is comfortable. It's something that I know I'm used to because I live in Texas, so I know so many cowboys and all that jazz. He's going to be that cowboy with the warm heart. He probably would be one of the first people eliminated, but he's going to smile when it happens and say, that's okay. When it comes to the transformation, I just know that in the season finale, he's going to have his cowboy boots on with the spikes on the side. He is going to have his cowboy hat. He's just going to have the whole garb get up and he's going to look like a cowboy. Next person up is Jay. Now, Jay looks like he is also going to be comic relief from the show. He looks like he has a jolly personality. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Tim from last season. I think, though, he is going to make it a little further than Tim. He probably is going to be in the top 4. Yeah, top 4. And in the finale, I see him being at a weight of 240 pounds. 240, the lowest he probably will be is 220. And I think he's gonna do a really good job and he's gonna look cute and good. Last but not least is Reuben Stuttered. Now, when I heard that Reuben was going to be on the show, I am not gonna lie, I did a little bit of an eye roll. Just don't, with his music I've been so disappointed. Like, I wish that he had better songs. I mean, seriously, I am sorry for 2004 and I am not gonna mess up no more this year. What the hell was that? So to see him on The Biggest Loser, I'm just kind of like, okay. Clearly, the producers went and got him because he is a celebrity, and I just feel that it's like an uneven playing field with him, because he's probably going to get different treatment because he is a celebrity and more people are going to watch because of him. First off, he is not going to go first. He's going to make it pretty far because NBC, they want to get their money's worth, because clearly they paid for him. Yes, they paid for him and they are going to want their money's worth. I feel bad for him because he did get divorced, and you know, that can take a toll on somebody. But I think at the end of the show, he may hook up with someone on the ranch. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if there's any single ladies on the ranch. Well, there's that young girl. I forgot her name already. But she is way too young for Reuben, so that's not going to work. I don't know. Either way, probably going to hook up with someone on the ranch. Other contestants are going to be gunning for him because he is a celebrity, or a pseudo-celebrity, or kind of sort of a celebrity. They're going to be gunning for him every single week, and it's going to be good TV, and I am going to enjoy it. Yes, sir. In the finale, he's going to look like he did circa, I can't remember what year it was, but there was a time that he went vegan and he lost like a whole bunch of weight, and he's going to look like that. He is still going to look good because he looks handsome big. He's going to look handsome smaller too, and he's going to catch himself a new wife. So that's going to happen. So the trainers that are coming back this season are Dove, Jillian, and Bob. And I think that's a really good combination, and I hope that NBC sticks with them for a long time. Apparently this season, all the contestants are going to come into the gym, and the trainers are going to be able to personally pick their team, which I think is going to be so scandalous and so good. And I'm interested to see who gets to be on what team. We'll see. So that's it, you guys. I am done for tonight. The Biggest Loser premieres on October the 8th on Tuesday, and I'll be coming back to you on Wednesday with my very first weigh-in, and I'm going to also be talking about what happened on that episode. Let me tell you, I'm so excited because it's going to be a doozy. But until then, I hope that you're doing everything that you need to do in order to have a happy and successful, healthy life, and I will see you on Wednesday.